Annyeong! Greetings to everyone who happens to be watching this video. I am Juliana R. Jane Laude, and join me as I navigate the pages of time, tracing the evolution of Korean letters, and uncovering the voices that continue to captivate readers both within the borders of Korean Peninsula and far beyond. But first, let us have our lesson objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to first, identify Korean literature and its characteristics. Second, distinguish variety of historical influences on Korea's literature. And lastly, appreciate Korea's historical background. Korea, also called as the land of the morning calm, is a peninsula located in East Asia. So when we say peninsula, it means or it is a landform that is surrounded by water, or it is characterized by bodies of water such as seas or oceans. So it is bordered by China to the northwest, Russia to the northeast, and surrounded by the Yellow Sea to the west and the Sea of Japan to the east. So Korea is called as the land of the morning calm because of its ambience. Based on my research, the title The Land of the Morning Calm is a poetic and historical epithet for Korea because it reflects the country's serene and tranquil natural landscapes as well as its historical and cultural attributes. Also, its scenery with the mist-covered mountains and serene bodies of water contributes to the sense of tranquility associated with the country. So, additionally, the term morning calm also have historical and cultural connotations because it is said to reflect the resilience and the calm demeanor of the Korean people in the face of various challenges and conflicts throughout their history. So, Korean Peninsula is divided into two separate nations, which are the North Korea and the South Korea. Now, let's proceed to its geography. So, the capital of South Korea is Seoul, and the capital of North Korea is Pyongyang. And there are other major cities in addition to Seoul and Pyongyang. So, the other significant cities include Busan, Incheon, and Kaesong. So, their currency is won, and their government is a multi-party republic. So here are the flags of South and North Korea. So the national flag of South Korea is also known as Taeguk. So the Taeguk is a yin-yang symbol. So you can see it at the center of the flag. So the blue section represents the negative cosmic forces or the yin, and the red section represents the positive cosmic forces, which is the yang. So another is the 4 trigrams. So it is surrounding the Taeguk, the 4 trigrams around it. So these symbols are from the Wanqing, an ancient Chinese divination text. So these trigrams represents various natural elements which are the heaven, the fire, the water, and the earth. So the predominant colors of the flag are red, blue, and white. So the red and blue are traditional Korean colors, and the white represents purity and peace. So the national flag of North Korea has a distinctive design that reflects the country's socialist and revolutionary ideology. So the red background is symbolizing the revolutionary struggle and the socialist system, while the blue bar, a wide blue bar, runs horizontally along the top of the flag, representing sovereignty, peace, and friendship. So, the white disc in the center of blue bar is The red star is a symbol of communism and guiding the ideology of the ruling Workers' Party of Korea. So last is the wreath. Surrounding the white disc are ears of rice forming a circular wreath. So this wreath symbolizes agricultural strength, a significant aspect of North Korea's economy. Now let's talk about its people. So the North Koreans are taller, huskier, and lighter complexioned due to their Mongol blood, while on the other hand, the South Koreans have Malay mixture and are smaller and darker. Their language or the language they use is Korean. So Korean is their official language for both North and South Korea. Worldwide, there are up to 80 million speakers of Korean language. So Korean has borrowed much vocabulary from the Chinese or created vocabulary on Chinese models. So Korean or Korea has a alphabet known as Hangul. So in South Korea it is Hangul. So both nation has a alphabet. So in South Korea it is called Hangul, and while on the North Korea and China it is called Chosongul. Chosongul. Yeah. So their religion, Confucian tradition has dominated Korean, though along with contributions of Buddhism, Taoism, and Korean shamanism. So Confucianism has competed with Buddhism in South Korea, while religious practices has been suppressed in North Korea. So the influence of traditional beliefs of Korean shamanism, Mahayana Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism have remained an underlying religion of the Korean people as well as a vital aspect of their culture. Now, let's proceed to its brief history. So, Korea was founded by a mighty hero named Tangun. So, in recorded history began independent kingdom at Pyongyang. Chinese rule lasted until the 7th century AD when three independent kingdoms arose in Korea. So Korea became a united nation for the first time under Wang Qian, who led a revolution in 918 and destroyed the Silla rule in 935. So Wang named the country Koryu, from which its present name was derived. So his descendants ruled until 1392. After that, a brief invasion by the Mongols, Korea was ruled by the Yi dynasty in 1392 to 1910, which established the capital at Seoul, introduced Chinese ways, and proclaimed Confucianism as the state religion. So the first century of the Yi era was Korea's golden age of civilization. Koreans invented printing, a phonetic alphabet, fostered literature and scholarships, and granted education to the masses. So now, let's talk about Korean literature and its characteristics. So the history of Korean literature is extensive and spans thousands of years, reflecting the cultural, social, and political evolution of the Korean peninsula. So the development of Korean literature can be broadly divided into several historical periods. So the first one is the ancient period or before 918 AD. Early Korean literature was primarily oral with myths, legends, and historical narratives. So it is orally passed down through generations. So before, yun pa lang yung way na meron ang Korean, or in every literature naman, it is usually passed down orally. So shamanistic rituals and oral poetry were integral parts of this tradition. So the adoption of Chinese characters in the 4th century had a profound impact on Korean literature. Just like classical Chinese texts, including Confucian and Buddhist works, were translated into Korean, laying the foundation for a written literary tradition. So Celia is credited with producing some of the earliest written records in Korea, including Buddhist scriptures and historical chronicles. Next one is the Goryeo dynasty. So 1918 to 1392. So the Goryeo period saw the flourishing of Buddhist literature with the creation of Buddhist sutras, commentaries, and poetic works. So monk writers like Cuneo and Jinul made significant contributions. So in Goryeo period, there also witnessed the emergence of Sijo, a unique Korean poetic form characterized by its three-line structure and thematic diversity. The third one is Joseon Dynasty, 1392 to 1897. Confucianism became the dominant ideological and cultural force during the Joseon Dynasty. Literature was closely tied to Confucian values, emphasizing morality, loyalty, and social order. So, ang pinaka naging point is prose writings, including classical novels and essays. So, it gained prominence. Next is the late Joseon and early modern period from late 19th to early 20th century. So the late 19th century saw the influx of Western ideas and literature. So it challenged the traditional Confucian norms, where in this period laid the groundwork for modern Korean literature. So in Japanese colonization significantly impact Korean literature. Writers like Yi Kwang-soo embrace modern literary forms and address themes of national identity, and resistance. Second to the last is the post-World War II and Korean War era, from 1945 to 1953. The division of Korea and the Korean War deeply influenced literature. So the writers explored the trauma, displacement, and social upheaval caused by these events. The post-war period saw the rise of realism and socially critical literature, addressing issues such as poverty, inequality, and political turmoil. So the last is the contemporary period. So it is from 1953 up to the present time. So contemporary Korean literature reflects a globalized perspective, with authors exploring universal themes while retaining cultural distinctiveness. Contemporary Korean literature includes a diverse range of voices addressing issues such as gender, identity, and social justice. Notable authors like Wang Sok-yung, Han Kang, and Kim Yong-ha have gained international acclaim. So the influence of Korean popular culture, including K-dramas and K-pop, has also shaped modern literature. That's the end of my report. Gamsahamnida.